Now to the latest on the Caldor Fire, and this could be the make or break day for the firefight. Swirling, gusty winds threatening to push those flames closer to neighborhoods. The new video of the smoldering wreckage of homes leveled by flames already. However, fire crews have managed to save dozens of homes in Christmas Valley.
CAL FIRE has just expanded evacuation warnings for parts of Alpine County. That area is highlighted there in yellow. It covers Pickett's Junction south on Highway 88 to Forestdale Road and east on Highway 88 to the state line.
Everything we're leaving, you know, our hotel, our whole town, our jobs, everything. Just saying bye to our town, possibly.
When we were going through our house, you're kind of going through the boxes and you're like, okay, what can I leave behind and what do I have to take?
We want to show you how the fires exploded in size. We want to focus on that area there in blue. That is the newest burn zone. It's threatening homes at 3 ski areas, including Heavenly and Kirkwood resorts.
We have live team coverage. Let's begin with KPIX 5's Katie Nielsen, live near the Pioneer Trail neighborhood in South Lake Tahoe. Katie?
Liz, the big thing for today for firefighters in both the Pioneer Trail area as well as Christmas Valley has been structured defense. Here you can see this work that firefighters have done. They've laid in a hose line here behind the homes and have also cleared out a huge amount of area with bulldozers, and they're still bringing in even more heavy equipment into this neighborhood. You see a CAL FIRE dozer right here, but strike teams are out looking for hot spots.
It was a little sparky. No question about that.
Will Cottrell lives in Christmas Valley and decided not to evacuate Monday night when the fire jumped Highway 89. Flames surrounding his home, fire right over his back fence. But today things look very different.
And if you were to look around on the ground, you'll see black everywhere.
Within that charred area, hot spots still smolder. As this CAL FIRE crew from Santa Clara works to cool everything down. Using hand tools to break apart smoldering stumps and logs, then drenching them with water.
It's the small fires that lead to big fires, right?
Dozens of strike teams are doing this type of structured defense work today in neighborhoods in Christmas Valley and along Pioneer Trail, trying to keep flames from flaring up, possibly throwing embers onto nearby homes.
There's a lot of work to be done down here, a lot of threats still down here with these small spot fires that are still burning down here.
It's gritty, dirty, hard work, but it's important.
At the end of the day, you can like kind of see and see you've accomplished, and you get the little feel of, okay, like actually we did something today.
Firefighters say using these equipment to create these fire breaks is absolutely critical, especially during these red flag conditions when we do have those strong winds where embers can carry so far away. Now, coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll hear more from that CAL FIRE Santa Clara unit about their experiences here in the Caldor Fire versus where they just came from in the Dixie Fire. Liz?
These firefighters are just amazing. They're doing wonderful work there. We've heard they have not lost a single home in Christmas Valley. Is that right?
That's true. That's what firefighters told us today. The fire jumped over Highway 89 on Monday night, but they said because so many people had already evacuated, they were able to focus on protecting structures instead of saving lives. And so that's, again, what they're going to be continuing to do throughout the day and into the overnight hours tonight.
What a relief for the folks that live there. All right, Katie, thank you.
Red flag warning still in effect for the Caldor Fire Zone. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan tracking those winds for us, Paul.
Yeah, they're still gusty right now. We still have about 6 hours to go in that red flag warning, but there is a glimmer of good news with both the winds and the humidity levels. Now, they're still gusty right now. Numerous 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts with the highest gusts in the highest elevations up to around 30 miles an hour. Maybe not quite as strong as anticipated today, but still strong enough to drive the fire farther into the Tahoe Basin. But those winds are going to start relaxing overnight, first at the lower elevations, but eventually even the higher terrain spots are going to have lighter winds, and the wind direction is still going to be consistent out of the southwest, so the fire crews can allow for that. As we go through the day tomorrow, the winds are going to try to pick back up, but they are not going to be as strong, and humidity levels aren't going to be quite as low. They're below 10% in spots right now. That's still going to be the case by midnight. Overnight, the humidities recover slightly. Not enough to make a major difference, but any good news is very welcome at this point. The humidity levels are at least going to stay above 10% in all likelihood as we head through the day on Thursday, but the red flag warning continues until 11 p.m. and this is a pretty large red flag warning. The Dixie Fire has been dropped from that red flag warning, but you can see the outline of that fire, which is just huge. Several more hours to go with the most critical fire weather conditions around the Tahoe Basin. And then the winds could shift as we head towards the weekend, driving it in a different direction. We'll talk about that wind shift means for the Bay Area coming up in the full forecast.
Could be critical change. All right, Paul, thanks. Here are the latest numbers on the fire spread. The flames have torched more than 204,000 acres. However, containment is now up to 20%. More than 540 homes have been destroyed, but the fire is now threatening more than 34,000 structures.
Right now, CAL FIRE is holding a community briefing on the Caldor Fire. Let's listen in.
Bluffs up high to prevent that spread. So this is something that we're definitely keeping an eye on. We've got a lot of folks. We got night shift, day shift moving in here, and it's something that we're definitely paying attention to. Moving around out here into Division Juliet, Lower Echo Lake. Lower Echo Lake, we just found out yesterday afternoon that there's a bunch more cabins on the lake. So we put some of our firefighters in boats this morning, sent them across, and they're actively doing structure protection at Lower Echo Lake, trying to protect those structures along Lower Echo Lake. So now that the fire's advanced there, we're finding more values at risk that we weren't aware of earlier, and we're taking care of that stuff. Moving down off of the hill, down Highway 50, down into our Branch 15, into Christmas Valley, South Lake Tahoe. Again, heavy resource commitment. We've got folks from all over the country here pushed into this entire area. Right now, the fire is skirted across the north side of Christmas Valley and is being pushed on the east side of Pioneer Trail.
You have been listening to CAL FIRE's briefing on the Caldor Fire. We'll have much more coming up tonight at 6 o'clock.
Well, right now, that fire is flanking the edge of KIRKWOOD Ski Resort. The winds pushing embers onto that property, and fire crews have been working to put out spot fires. Reporter Jeff Nguyen continues our team coverage.
In Kirkwood, this ski resort is empty too, while crews have been working to create more defensible space on Highway 88.
Right behind us is what's known as a masticator. If you look at it, it's kind of like a tree chipper, but it works in reverse. It's mobile, and it can basically chew up a tree right on the spot, all the way down to the ground.
This masticator here is improving the size of that fire break.
From the air, water drops are back after they were suspended yesterday because of bad air quality and low visibility. About 15,000 firefighters are battling the Caldor Fire. This strike team is from southeast LA County. They include engines from Santa Fe Springs, La Habra, West Covina, Downey, and Long Beach.
This strike team, XLE 1282 Alpha, started on the River Fire. They then went to the August support out of Redding. From there, they went onto the Monument Fire. After the Monument Fire, onto the Areola Fire. From the Areola Fire to the Washington Fire, and from the Washington Fire to the Caldor Fire.
The erratic nature of the Caldor Fire forced this bear from its home, while some people had decided to stay put.
I promised my kid I'd be out of here as soon as I saw any flames anywhere.
Animals, big and small, seeking refuge from the flames of the Caldor Fire. We've seen bears trying to find safe shelter in trash bins at gas stations, roaming the deserted neighborhoods. Other animals have been spotted too. There was a coyote caught on video South Lake Tahoe trotting away from the danger. We have more video of the animals escaping flames. It's part of our digital coverage of the Caldor Fire on KPIX.com and our other platforms. You can also find updated evacuation maps and the latest news from the firefight.